Yo, 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 what is the dealio, y'all? What's the dealio? Hey, we live. We about to chart, right? I'm about to chart, look at these charts, figure out what's about to happen tomorrow, figure out what my setups are. So, yeah, y'all. If y'all tapping in and say what's up, man, come chart with me. Come chart with me. Best Beezy, what up? What up, Mark? Mark Quinn, what's up? What's up? Yeah, man, we about to chart. Today was a good day in the market. Today was a solid day in the market, y'all. Um, we gonna go over some charts. We gonna look at the levels for tomorrow, and we gonna look at what happened today as well. All right. What up, P Bryant? What up, Jamil? What's up? What's up? Hey, y'all, like this video for me. All right, like this video. Y'all know the drill, man. All right. If y'all rocking with this YouTube channel, I just need you to do me one favor and like this video. All right? Do me that one favor. QTZ, what's up? CMC, what up, CMC? How you doing? How you doing? So yeah, y'all, let's pull up the charts, man, and let's see. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. All right. Um pulling up the charts. And if y'all are looking at anything, be sure to drop it in the chat, right? Let's make this like a group, a group charting session. You know what I'm saying? If y'all see anything y'all want me to look at, let me know. Let me know in the chat. All right. So we got what's up, Mikey? How you doing? All right. So we got the spy right here. What up, Shali? You good back there? You chilling? So this is the spy today. What did we say? This was today. So the spy basically came down and then it came up, right? Let's see what happened. The spy today is a failed two up, right? The spy today is a failed two up. So now that it finally has a failed two up, I think by Friday, we're gonna see the SPY come down to 665. All right, so we got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I think by Friday it's gonna be at 665 because we got a failed two up right here on a daily. All right, so I wouldn't be looking at SPY to the upside tomorrow. I would be looking at SPY to the downside because I see a failed two up, right? So for SPY tomorrow, what it might do is it might try to retest that 673 again, and then it could reject, and then it can start to come down, right? But if we start to just like, we don't go up too much and then we start to come down, then I would say puts below 670 flat. All right. So I'm going to say puts below 670. All right. If y'all are tuning in, man, watching this live, do me a favor, like this video. All right. I started doing an evening time charting session. So do me a favor and like that video. All right. But we got puts below 670 for tomorrow. All right, since we got a failed two up and we got a gap here between 667. So we're going to put gap between 667, 667.32 down to 665. 73. All right. So that's for the SPY tomorrow. If you guys want to get even like a little bit of a better entry, you could come down to like the 2 hour or the 1 hour time frame right here, and then we'll look at it. So tomorrow on the 2 hour time frame, I would say if we get below, you could say if we get below 670.97, you could enter in the puts. 670.97, you could enter in the puts. And then it'll come down, right? But once it comes down below 670, we should be good for puts, and then it should start really selling off. And then if we come down to 667 and we start coming lower where this gap is at, then we'll come down to 665. All right. So we got 670, 667, and then we got 665. Those are the levels to the downside that I'm looking at for SPY. Because we have a failed 2 up on the daily, and we're in this order block right here, and we're coming lower, I would say that it's safe to say probably gonna be coming to the downside. All right, so that is that's the SPY. What up, Reggie? Hood puts. Let's look at hood puts. After we'll look at hood real quick, and then I'm gonna go through my list and I'm gonna figure out my setups, right, for tomorrow, because I would be doing this anyway. So I just figured I would get on live and do it. So every night I'm looking through the chart. So let's go to Robinhood real quick, and then let's see what's up with hood. All right. All right. So let's go to hood. Did everybody have a good day in the market today? Like, how was y'all trading day? How was y'all trading day? All right, so this is Robinhood on a daily. We got a 2-2 bearish reversal. So let's go to the 30-minute. Right here. So during the day, we kind of just sold off. As you can see, like for the day, we just kind of trended all the way down, right? We just trended all the way down like that, right? So that's downward momentum right there. All right. So then we go to the daily, and we got a 2-2 right here. So I'm going to say for puts, I'm going to say 131.27 on Robinhood. Puts below 131.27. Okay, puts below 131.27 on Robinhood. Now, if we lose 131.27, where could we go? It's 129. Okay, so we got this level right here at 129.66 or 63. We got 129.63. But then let's see. Now here, I want you guys to be careful on Robinhood, okay? Because for Robinhood, what could happen is, you see how it came down here, right? It came down here. Hold on. All right, pay attention. Robinhood came down here, right? And then what did it do? It came up here, right? Now it's coming down here. So we could come back down to 125.91. right? And it could create that second bottom right here, right? And then we could get ready and we could blast off. All right. So Robinhood, because we got this, it looks like it's forming a double bottom right here. It looks like it's forming a double bottom right here. The second bottom is going to be right here at like 125 and potentially even 123.51. All right. So we got 123.51. And then we also got 125. Right? And these are support levels. All right. So if it comes down below 131, we could come down to 125.73. We could also come down to 127.58. And then we could come down to 123. So 127, 125, and 123. Right? And then we could bounce there. If we bounce anywhere between 127 and 123, that would mean that we created like a little double bottom. And then Robinhood is getting ready to explode and come right back up to 155. All right. So make sure y'all see this setup right here. This is on a 4-hour. Okay. This isn't on the daily time frame. This is on a 4-hour time frame. So on a 4-hour time frame, I'm seeing a double bottom being formed. So maybe tomorrow it could come down, and maybe Thursday, and then it start coming up. If I start seeing Robinhood start coming up after it coming back down to 125 or 123, I'm gonna get in some calls and I'm gonna ride it up to at least 140. And if it breaks above 140, then it's gonna be going up to 153, and then we're gonna make new all-time highs towards the end of the year. All right, make sure y'all write that down. That's the game plan for Robinhood. You got that, Mark Quinn? You got that? That makes sense? This is you could change your life off of this one trade. You ride puts down to 127, 125, and 123. Then you take profits down here. And then when you see it bounce off of this 200 EMA, or it bounce off of this 123 level, you take entry here and you ride it all the way up from 123, 125, all the way up to 140 and then 150. All right? That's how you play that. That's how you change your life. All right? That's how we get down. If you guys aren't, man, I would highly encourage everybody to join the Prosperity Collective if you haven't. We getting money over there every day. All right. What up? Do something. How you feeling? Tesla and Oracle. I'll look at those. Let me go through my list first, and then I'll go through Tesla and Oracle. All right. So let me go here. All right. All right, so what we're gonna do, all right, boom. All right, so we got right here. All right, so what we got, IWM on the daily, we got a 2 down. Oh no, we got a bearish 3 bar for IWM. So I'm gonna go IWM bearish 3. All right. Shopify, we got a failed 2 up. I don't really care for this setup right here. Google recovered very nicely today, but I'm not really the setup is kind of like I'm not too excited about it. Hims looks like it could come down even further, down to like $41 or even like 45. but that's not really a setup that I trade. But if it breaks below that support, I'll definitely take that one. That looks clean. Roblox, Palantir, Carvana. We got Dell. Okay, so I'm liking Dell right here. Dell is on a failed 2 down, right there on the daily. So we're gonna go to Dell. We got a failed 2 down. All right. What else we got? Nike. I'm cool. Buckeye Treats. What up? How you feeling? How you feeling? What else we got? SoFi. We got Lyft. So Lyft, I actually like Lyft up. I would be looking for a 222 continuation, and then Lyft go into 2151. So for Lyft, I'm gonna put Lyft on my list. LYFT. Lyft is kind of like an easy stock to trade. 222 continuation. Bullish Randy Jackson. That's what I would be looking for. What up, Key? How you feeling? Circle. Enphase. Ooh, look at CoreWeave. CoreWeave is on a failed 2 down here. So I'm gonna say CoreWeave. Failed 2 down. All right. We got Meta. What else we got? So Lulu. We got Tesla. Tesla, look, I bet you tomorrow Tesla is gonna come down. Tesla's gonna come down. If Tesla can get below 441, then it's coming down and it could come down hard. So actually, I like Tesla's setup, and I don't even be messing with Tesla like that. But I would put 212 bearish reversal. All right, 212 bearish reversal. What else we got? Said doing good. Caught that Beyond move yesterday. Ooh, hey, I know you probably changed your life with that Beyond move, huh? I know you banked on that Beyond. Their contracts was up insane today. He said you pulling up fire plays. Oh, hey, we just look. This is what I mean when I say trade your setups. I'm just looking for my setups that I'm comfortable with, right? And then I just highlight those. Adobe went crazy today. Damn. See them. Weeble, man, I ain't messing with Weeble right now. Me and Weeble, we gotta. Man, I retired them for now. All right, they depressed right now. You could buy shares of Weeble, but they moving real slow right now. Amazon gapped up. I ain't gonna mess with Amazon. Intel. I think Intel is on this bull flag right here, but I'm not gonna mess with Intel. Okay, hello. SMCI, PanW, Oracle. Oracle looks like it could be bouncing here. It's holding support. It's holding support like for dear life, right? So if Oracle comes below 270, it's lights out. We out of here, right? We coming down. So 270 is the level you need to pay attention to. All right. VRT, Netflix, Alibaba, and I feel like it could go any way with how Chinese stocks move. I'm not gonna mess with it. Nvidia, I'm not gonna mess with it. QQQ. Uber looks like it wants to come down. Uber looks like it wants to come down. We got 2 consecutive days. We got 2 consecutive days here of rejecting. It was up here. It rejected off. Okay, so it rejected off of this higher high. lower high, rejected, came down, tried to come up, rejected here, and then rejected here, right? So for Uber tomorrow, Uber could actually go to the floor. Uber could be coming right back down to like $91. So for Uber, I'm gonna put Uber on my list. Failed to up. All right, so I like Uber below 92.91. Below 92.91, I'll get Uber puts for sure, and we can make it happen. All right, what else we got? We got MRK. You could get a 222, um, but I ain't gonna trade MRK. Yeah, I went over to SPY, but I'll go over to SPY again, and I'll do IWM. Just give me a little bit of time. Starbucks looks nice to the upside. We got a 3 bar today. Okay, let's look at what they did on the 30-minute. Oh yeah, they just trended up all day, right? So if Starbucks gets above right here, like 86.42, it could have a nice move to the upside. So yeah, that's Starbucks. Celsius, no, no, no. Google. Marvell looks like it's coming down some. If it lost this $85 level, so if it comes up tomorrow and then it rejects off of 85, then it could be coming down to like $81. So Marvell could be coming down for sure. AVGO, yeah. Starbucks spreads be wide too sometimes. So we've made some money inside of the Discord with Starbucks. You wasn't around, Marquin, but that was when we was calling Starbucks Star Beezy, right? We like to give our stocks names, right? So we got Star Beezy. He said CoreWeave. I went over CoreWeave. I'll go over it again in a minute. Just give me a second to get through this whole list so I can see what things are looking like. SoundHound, hold on. SoundHound, was that a 1 candle? Oh no, that was a 2 down candle. All right, XYZ, APLD. So APLD, it closed at 32.54. Now look at this. So Star Beezy, right? So we got, this is APLD's chart, right? So he said I jumped in a swing for March because Starbucks does good around this time of year. Yeah, so I think it was like a month ago. It was the beginning of September, right when they announced their new menu. I called a swing trade for Starbucks. Next day we was up like 35% and we cashed out overnight. So yeah. He said, Buckeye said, I grabbed 25 contracts for 23 cents, took some profits, and letting the rest ride on beyond. Just being patient, waiting for my setup. There you go. That's what's up right there. But let's go to apply, right? So APLD, they closed at 32, 54. Right now they're sitting at $31, right? $31.79. And so I called some puts on APLD, right? Switch. If we see right here, right? I called this right here earlier today. I told everybody I entered into some $30 puts for October 31st. Right, got in those, and they closed at 32.54. They're currently at 31.79, which is about right here. And then, but we have a gap, right? So APLD has a gap to fill all the way down to $30, right? That's why I got the $30 strike price. for next week's expiration. So if we can gap down to like $30, then that'll be a nice play right there, right? So so yeah, that's a good setup for tomorrow. If we open up below here, like below 3150, then I wouldn't even worry about it. But it could come all the way down to like $27, right, for APLD. Because when you look at this right here, we got a strong support level down here at $27. So if we open up like $30 or something like that, then it could come and it could definitely drop even more. All right, so APLD could be coming to $27. So that'll be a good one. Do something. He said, I'm sick off that Beyond play. I played it last week and made some change, but today's move was insane. Yeah. Nah, Bullseye was crazy. And so was Beyond it. They went silly. Like they had like 1 billion in volume. I it just it just went over my head today. I wasn't even worried about them. I was focused on what I was focused on, but I did miss that one. I ain't gonna lie. All right. What else we got here? Microsoft. He said, look at APLD on the weekly. Let me see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That looks beautiful right there. You can't even be mad at this one. So yeah, we definitely could be coming down to $30 for sure off the weekly time frame. So yeah, like hopefully they come down to like $30 tomorrow. If APLD comes down to $30, I'll cash out. I just did it in my small account, so. But no, that's a beautiful setup right there. We got Microsoft. I don't trade Microsoft, so I don't mess with them. Delta Airlines, they made some people some money today. ARM. What else we got? Apple. Apple is on a 2 up, so I wouldn't short Apple just yet. I will wait for a confirmation. SE, Citigroup. Okay. We got DoorDash. If DoorDash loses, I've traded DoorDash a couple times. They actually move very nice. Their spreads are a little wide, but they make some big moves, right? But you see this order block right here? If DoorDash loses this 257.22 level, then it could be coming down to 242. That's a $15 move right there, right? So 257.22. So I'm gonna put DoorDash dash. I'm gonna set my alerts for this one because this could be a banger. Puts below 257.22. All right. So DoorDash, yeah. So they on the 3 bar right here. So what else we got? UAL. Nothing. UAL is coming down tomorrow. Mark my words. Mark my words. They might try to come back up again to 101.45, but if they do, they're going to reject, and then they're going to come down. But if they get below 99.51, then you can ride puts down. But yeah, UAL is coming down. We got IBM. CRM, they rejected off the 200 EMA. Who else we got? ANET failed 2 down. EMAs look like they about to cross over. Let's see. I actually like this ANET setup because look, they dropped all the way from down here, right? So this is 160. Now they're at 145 and they're on a failed two down on a daily, right? Now this, they're consolidating this week so far, right? But we got a failed two down and the EMAs are very close. So whatever direction that ANET goes into, it's going to go in there strong. So if we can get above 148.34, I would play them. I played them like a couple times before. So they be making moves, right? ANET be making moves. So I'm gonna look at them passively. NOC. Look at gold. Oh, so gold had its worst day in 20 years, right? So you gotta think about this, right? Look at gold's chart, y'all. Look at this. This is an insane run right here, right? All the way from 315 to 400, right? And look, I had this stuff charted out. Look at this. Y'all see this right here? I had this stuff charted out. A bull flag. This was the flag right here. It was consolidating since April all the way to August, right? After it had a move up here, it's been consolidating. And then it broke out of this bull flag right here. And look what happened. Blasted off, okay? So, and I said that it could go to 362. Man, that thing blasted off and went way further. So they had their worst day in 20 years here, right? But I think that they could bounce here and start to come back up because we have this fair value gap that is probably gonna bounce off of. So we gonna see, but yeah, gold. That's what's going on with gold. So that's been a crazy run. We got FedEx. We got Lockheed. Trade Desk. DraftKings is on a failed two down. They had some good news, so they're gonna have a green day tomorrow. But I'm not trading them no more. UPS is on a 3-bar, but I don't really care about UPS too much. TSM look like they coming down some more. iBit is on a 3-bar. Failed two up. What else? We already went over Robinhood. So Coinbase, two down. Coinbase tomorrow could be coming down to 317, right? If Coin loses this 335 level, then it's coming to 317. So pay attention to Coinbase. All right. MU, this could be just a slight small pullback and then it bounces and goes higher. Or we could come down to 194 and then bounce and then go higher. But that's not my ideal setup right here. That's not my ideal setup. We got Tempest. Tempest is crazy. What else we got? Duolingo. They're not like a day trading stock for me. Reddit. Reddit looks like it's bouncing off of support now and it's trying to come up. But this is like a bear flag right here. So I would be careful with Reddit. All right. IONQ. They look like they're trying to come back up now, right? I said on Sunday's watch list, I said this is a demand zone. I said it could come down a little bit lower, around $59, $60. Today it came down to 57 and it bounced, and then it came up and it closed at $59. So if we start seeing IONQ start creeping up and it gets above like that $61 level, You could take calls and you could ride it up to $65, and then you could ride it up to $68, right? So that's what's going on with IONQ. All right, Mr. P. Yeah, let me finish up my list first, and then I'll get to those. Rocket Lab is coming down. Rocket Lab just looks like it's creating a bull flag, honestly, right? If you look at it right here, we got to move to the upside, right? And then we got some consolidation. These are the highs right here. And then we got some more highs, some lows right there. So it's creating a bull flag. So if it comes down to like 63, you could probably enter into some calls. It'll bounce here, and then you ride it up to 72. And when it breaks out of this flag right here, then it starts to come up, and then you start to really go crazy, right? Because it was on a bull flag right here, right? So it was on a bull flag. Consolidation blasted off. Now it's consolidating again, right? So it could blast off sometime, but I don't know when, but maybe like in a couple months, 1 to 3 months, it could blast off. Just depends on how long it decides to consolidate in this area right here, and then it'll go higher, and then it'll go crazy. All right, so that's Rocket Lab, IREN. They look like they trying to bounce. They look like they trying to bounce here, so we'll see. QBTS, Oscar. Hey, who was here yesterday when I was talking about OSCR? Right? I had this on the list. I didn't trade it today, but I had it on the list, and look what happened. Right? I said if we get above right here at 2066 calls, and that thing came all the way up to 2177. All right. So that's Oscar. RGTI. I think that we have more downside action coming to RGTI. I think they could go all the way down to like $29. Right? They could go all the way down to like $29. So, and it could happen fast. It could happen tomorrow, right? Who else we got? QUBT. They coming down too, right? They gonna come down about $14, and then they gonna try to bounce. And if they can't, they gonna come lower, break through here, and they gonna end up coming back down to about $10 to $11. Potentially. All right. So, and then anything else? Stocks, ABV, AMAT, Starbucks, to Dell. So for tomorrow, I think I'm gonna focus on Dell. Let me see. I'm going to focus on Dell, and I'm going to focus on CoreWeave. And actually, it's a lot of good setups here. Dell, Lyft, and CoreWeave. Those are going to be my 3 main watches. Dell, Lyft, and CoreWeave. All right. Because CoreWeave, like I said, CoreWeave, where we at? CRWV, where you at? Where you at, Weavy? CoreWeave. Here we go. All right. For CoreWeave, if we can get above 127.60, that's the level we got to get above. All right. Yeah, we could say above 126.23, but this is a rejection level right here, 127.60. So I would really want to see CoreWeave get above 127.60. If it gets above 127.60, we could retrace it, and we could ride this whole thing up all the way to 137, right? Now we do got this 21 EMA right here, and we got this this 9 EMA, right? So after 127.60, the first area of rejection that you're going to get is going to be 131. All right? So that's what I'm seeing for CoreWeave. So 127.60. So I'm going to put calls above 127.60. All right. If you want to be aggressive, you could say above 126.36. Okay. That's for CoreWeave tomorrow. If you want to be aggressive, you could get in calls above 126.36. But you could also you could just say, okay, I'm going to get in above 127.60. You ride them up. And then as you can see the setup, it looks real good. All right. So, what we got? Buckeye said fire watch list. Nah, for sure. Appreciate it. American Eagle Outfitters. Let's see. AEO. I think I traded them once or twice. I think I lost some money and I made some money. But I don't like where they're at right now, honestly. I don't like, it's a lot of traffic here. So I would say if we get above 1609, you can enter in the calls, but then we could get rejected at 1634. All right, so puts below 1552, but we could get a bounce right here at 1530. So for AEO, that's where I'm at with that one. All right. So yeah, we went through everything. So my main watches tomorrow are going to be CoreWeave, Lyft, and Dell. All right. And the last thing I'm going to do is go over the IWM because I'm looking at the IWM every day. So let's go over IWM real quick, give you all levels for that. And also make sure you guys understand that all of this could change depending on what happens in the pre-market, right? All this could change depending on what happens in the pre-market. So they had a big day. We got a bearish 3-bar right here. So IWM, they came up. They initially came down, bear trapped everybody, came up, bear trapped everybody, and then they came down, right? So bear trap, bull trap, then they came down right back to support. So let's look on the 4-hour. So we have 2-1 candles. So I definitely think IWM will come down tomorrow. So let's say 245.33. I would say if they get below 245.33, puts below 245.33. All right. That's what I would say for IWM. If they get above 248.33, then calls. All right. Calls above 248.33. All right. Now they can come up, reject, and then come down, and then break support, and then go even lower. So it does depend. But yeah, it looks like they want to come down for IWM. So I'm gonna be watching IWM as well tomorrow. I'm always watching IWM, right? The way some people will watch the SPY, I will watch IWM, right? IWM is that's my go-to right there, right? Everybody likes SPY and SPX. I like the IWM, right? 0 day to expirations. Contracts be $20, $30, right? Um, Next days be $50 to $80. So SPY, their 0 days be like $80 to $90, sometimes $100 at the money. But when I'm looking at like best bang for your buck and kind of return, I think that you could make more money on IWM if you know what you're doing rather than SPY, right? And I like the SPY. I like IWM way better than the SPY, right? Oh yeah, ZVIA. Let me go. Let me go through that real quick. ZVIA. I remember that comment. Yeah, way cheaper contracts. All right. So let's look at the weekly real quick. So this is the weekly. All right. So we got an order block up here at 358. This is the weekly. Let's look at the monthly. So they look like they want to come down. On the weekly, we got this area right here. We're in a demand zone area. Right? So all right. So we got this right here. Okay. Boom. All right. So this area right here is going to be a demand zone. So Zevia has to stay above 193 and then it could bounce up. But it got these two order blocks right here with a lot of like pressure. So I wouldn't even mess with this stock right now. Me personally, that's just how I rock. Their all-time highs. Their all-time highs are $17, which is cool. That was in 2021. So they've only been on the stock market for 4 years. But yeah. So I'm not too excited about ZVIA. Yeah, I looked at Tesla. I said it was gonna come down tomorrow. Let me go back to those charts real quick, and then we gonna get up out of here. I've been making content all day. I've been making content all day. So Tesla right here, right? So check this out. So we got a bearish reversal getting set up for Tesla. We got a 2 up. Then we got a 1 candle, but it's a down. It's like a consolidation candle, but it's a red candle, right? So now, if we can break below 441.71, then we coming down. Now I want you to pay attention to this right here, right? We have no support, right? Once we get below right here, we don't have no real support. We got a little baby support at 440.74. After that, we ain't got nothing. All right. We could come and try to retrace right here. 423. All right. If you go to the 4-hour, look at it. We got a 2 down candle right after a failed 2 up. Right? So we get below that level right there, man, it's definitely gonna be coming down. So that's what I'm seeing on Tesla. All right, that's what I'm seeing on Tesla. That's what's up. He said it's in Walmart now and Costco. Okay, next year it's gonna be above $4. Hey, I ain't mad at it, right? Based on technicals, it ain't going nowhere higher, but obviously that could change with like news and stuff like that. So that's what's up. Oh yeah, they do have earnings tomorrow as well. So what I've noticed too is like when stocks have earnings, the the technicals kind of be showing you what's going on and what's about to happen, right? Because look at this real quick. Look at so Netflix had earnings, right? They had earnings, right? So watch this. Today they're on a failed to up, right? Which means that it's most likely going to come down. It tried to go higher, it didn't. It's going to start coming down, right? They closed at 1241. Okay, they closed at 1241. Now they're at 1136, 1163. They're down 6% in after hours, which is $78. So they got this failed to up right here, and they got a failed to up, and they had earnings and they came down. So depending on what happens today with Tesla, I think price action is gonna kind of let you guys know what direction they're gonna go for earnings. Same for TSLL. Exactly. TSLL, AMDL, all these stocks have leverage ETFs that you could trade for cheaper. So, all right, y'all. So listen, I'm about to get up out of here. If you guys want to trade with us, be sure to come join the Prosperity Collective. Click that link in the description. If you want to book a one-on-one with me and elevate your trading game, be sure to click that link in the description as well. All right? Like I always say, make sure y'all get up out your head and y'all get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right? And also remember, y'all, the more you study, the less you worry. All right? I'm going to see you guys tomorrow morning. I'm going to see y'all on tomorrow's video. We got Wisdom Wednesday tomorrow as well. All right? So be sure to tap in. I'm going to see y'all in the Discord in the morning in Prosperity Collective, and we going to get this money. All right? Y'all all stay smooth, man. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.